So I had a supporter, and he asked a very good question. He said, how do I really love myself besides look good, feel good? That's just ego. What about my soul? And how do I fix my broken heart and flourish for those around me? Now, first off, how do I really love myself besides look good, feel good? And then he made a good point. That's just ego. And it is. That's just ego. Look good, feel good. Yeah, it helps with ego a little bit. Yeah, it can make you feel good. And I'm going to say the first answer to that is, and he answered this in his very next question. He said, what about my soul? A man's spirituality is everything. You can't get something from nothing. You can't get something from nothing. Something always comes from something. And when you were made, which is a 1 in a gajillion chance that you exist in this universe with your mind and your thoughts and your body, with your perspective, that came from something. Even your ideas that seemingly come out of nowhere, they come from something. I don't know what, but they do come from something. Just like a radio frequency. When you hear somebody talking into a radio, it's coming from somewhere. So your ideas, your life, your point of view, your beliefs, besides nurture, beliefs from your parents. And the Bible says, seek out your own salvation through fear and understanding. Understanding is the key to wisdom. People hear things and they can relate to it all the time, but can they understand it? They can understand the words that are coming out of somebody's mouth, but they can hear the words, but can they truly understand them? That's wisdom, being able to apply it in your life. And so, first and foremost is seeking out your own. Now, what is salvation? From sin? No. And this isn't a Bible lesson. This is just a life. I'm just sharing about life. It's not necessarily a Bible lesson. You believe in whatever you want to believe in, whoever you want to believe in, because God does not use one way to get through to anybody. So I'd say first and foremost is a man's spirituality. Second, physical fitness. You can change your mind, your chemical makeup, and the way information is delivered. Your feelings are liars. You might think you're depressed, but you're not really depressed. If you look at the facts of the situation, if you are a capable and able man, and you're halfway intelligent, and you can get out here and work, you have hope for life. There's no reason for you to be depressed. Your feelings want to tell you that you're depressed because you're being selfish. You think you're not getting what you want. Things aren't happening. And that's going to bring us to another point here toward the end. But, you know, implementing discipline in your life. In the front of your brain, you have what's called the anterior mid-cingulate cortex, and it gets bigger. It grows bigger when you do the things you don't want to do because that's what you have to do. When you go work out even though you don't feel like it, when you go to work even though you don't feel like it, that part of your brain gets bigger. And it's also associated, the size of your anterior mid-cingulate cortex is associated with people who live longer, happier lives. Implementing going to the gym, you're changing the way your brain communicates to your body. You control how you feel with what you put in your body, with your exercise and physical fitness. You can control what your brain releases into your body and therefore how you think, feel, and act. When you implement these disciplines in your life and you become proud of yourself, okay, achieving things, completing things, you know, that's going to help you love yourself. How do you love yourself? Realize that you weren't something created from nothing. First of all, you're something created from something. And it's your job to figure out what that is. It's all of our job as a man to figure out what that is. What am I here for? Who created me? What am I here for? Go on that path and figure it out. And complete things in your life. Don't half-heartedly, put energy into stuff. Really give it all you got to finish that last step in the project that you started, so that you can step back and admire the work of your own hands. It says in Ecclesiastes, again, it is a gift of God that man can admire the work of his own hands. Admiration, not just ego, but admiring that a man can do that you can do that, and seeing your divine self. Remember, we're half our mother, half our father, so that means we have a divine side and we have a carnal side. Sin? No. You're half your mother, half your father. You're half divine and half carnal. And so that's really what we battle. But finding out your spirituality, implementing discipline and physical fitness, especially physical fitness, is the foundation for all men. The way you eat, work out, take control of your life, create a different way of life that's healthy and meaningful, and that will help you love yourself. That is loving yourself, because you're treating yourself like you're somebody. Don't let people walk all over you. Don't let people take advantage of you. Don't let people lie to you. Have boundaries for your life. That will help you love yourself. Set boundaries for your life and then stick to them. All these things are a part of becoming a man, learning the value of things around you and taking care of them. When we were kids, we wrecked our first car. We ruined our first relationship. We did all these things. We made all these mistakes because we didn't know the value of these things. But as men, we start to understand the value of a good vehicle, and so we take care of it. We start to understand the value of a relationship, so we try harder. We understand the value of our life and of hard work, so we try to save our money and build a better life. And how do I flourish for the people around me? Stop being selfish. Anger and depression come from selfishness, self-centeredness, and self-pity. We step on the toes of people around us and they do things to us seemingly without provocation. Well, there was a lot of times in my life where people hurt me, and you know what? Quite frankly, I deserved it. I didn't realize that I was hurting the people around me. But after I became a better man, I saw all the things that I never did for those around me. Most people walking around out here are thinking the same thing. They're thinking about their self and what they can get for their self, not what they can do for their family. Get up and go to the gym for your future wife or your future children or your wife now or your kids now. Be in great shape for them. Be happy for them. Live a better life for them. Now, me, I really don't have any family. I don't have a wife. I'm having to restart my life from nothing. It's very hard to build something when I really don't have someone to build it for. But there are ways and there are reasons, and I am doing it, regardless of the fact that I'm completely alone. There are things bigger than myself out there. You have to find purposes bigger than yourself to do these things. Anytime you're angry, you're mad because someone's not behaving the way you want, they're not doing what you want, you can't control them. Learning how to accept life on life's terms. Accepting life for what it is, realizing you're not always in control. Control the things you can with wisdom. Accept the things that you can't. And pray to God for the wisdom to know the difference between those two things, because a lot of times we're trying to control the things that we can't control. And half the time we can't even control ourselves. I would say that the only person we can control is ourselves, but most people don't have the discipline to do that. Develop the discipline to do that. And you will really start to be happy with your life. Stop fighting useless battles. Stop fighting useless battles or wasting your energy, arguing with people, fighting with people, trying to go on the path that wasn't meant for you. Discover your purpose. Stop being angry and selfish. Like I said, anytime you're angry, you're selfish. You didn't get what you wanted. Things didn't happen the way you wanted. Anytime you're depressed, it's because you didn't get what you wanted. Things aren't happening the way you wanted, so you're sulking and self-pity. Stop living in self-pity. Come down off your cross, build a bridge, and get over it and realize that living in self-pity is only a pit of despair that you put yourself into through your frame of mind. Start seeing things in whatever perspective you have to see them through in order to win. Your life and your success is your responsibility, nobody else's. Nobody's coming to save you. It would be nice if we had a group of friends that looked out for each other, helped each other, and grew together. And yes, we can do that if people would stop being so fucking selfish. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Create a circle of friends that want to build and grow. That's exactly what I'd love to do, helping each other, making life just a little bit easier on each other. That'd be amazing. But until then, you got to do what you got to do. You got to fight the good fight on your own. There are some things that nobody else can help you with, and you just have to learn those things on your own. Change your frame of mind to whatever, be whoever you need to be to win. To win. Whoever the fuck you need to be to win, that's exactly what you need to do. Stop living in self-pity, stop living in anger, stop living in resentment and selfishness. Forgive the people around you for their mistakes because they're only human too. And they're just as selfish as you are. They're not purposely fucking you over, they're just selfish. And if they're that selfish where they're hurting you, you should get away from them and build a better life. So, I hope that helps. I could probably expound on those things just a little bit more, but I got to get into work here and trying to build a business and work a job and man, I was up all night last night in the hospital, but I still got to do this shit. It is what it is. Y'all have a good day. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I got you. Have a good one.